It's not uncommon right now to find somebody who has paid maybe $60,000 or $65,000 for a very high-end pickup truck. Well, even the average pickup truck now is going to be crossing over that $50,000 barrier.
Trucks are getting more expensive, and dealers are panicking. Some models that were once bestsellers are now collecting dust on dealer lots, with no buyers in sight. What happened? In this video, we're uncovering the 10 trucks that no one wants in 2026. From sky-high prices to engine issues, these trucks are facing an uphill battle. And you won't believe which iconic name took the hardest hit. Stick around, because number 1 is bound to shock you. Let's dive in. 10. Tesla Cybertruck. When the Tesla Cybertruck was first unveiled, it sparked an electric frenzy. The futuristic, polygonal design and promises of a durable, powerful electric vehicle sent shockwaves through the industry. Tesla was about to change the game, except it didn't quite go as planned. Despite all the hype, the reality of its sales performance in 2026 has been a far cry from expectations. Dealers are now stuck with piles of unsold units, and the Cybertruck's once unstoppable momentum has come to a grinding halt. The issues start with its build quality. For a truck that was supposed to revolutionize the automotive industry, the Cybertruck has some notable flaws. Customers have reported rattles, software glitches, and concerns about its durability, all of which are major turnoffs for buyers who expect perfection from a Tesla product. This is particularly concerning for a vehicle meant to be tough, rugged, and capable of taking on anything, from off-roading to the daily commute. The seemingly indestructible exterior isn't so indestructible when it rattles on the highway, and software hiccups can quickly ruin the driving experience. But the build issues are just the tip of the iceberg. The market is also proving to be a tough nut to crack. While the Cybertruck promises the thrill of owning an all-electric powerhouse, its massive price tag puts it out of reach for many. Starting around $50,000 and easily climbing over $70,000 with options, it's a hard sell for truck buyers who are used to more affordable options. Add in the truck's extreme size, unusual even for a pickup, and it becomes less practical for everyday use. Parking and maneuvering it around tight spaces is a headache, especially in urban areas where practicality is key. It's a vehicle that screams luxury, but lacks the versatility most truck owners are after. Sales have been slow, and they're not picking up anytime soon. Tesla expected to move hundreds of thousands of Cybertrucks by now, but in reality, the truck has only sold about 16,000 units so far. The lack of demand has caught Tesla off guard, and dealers are feeling the pinch as the once coveted truck sits unsold on their lots. The Cybertruck, with its eye-catching design and bold promise, was supposed to break all records. Instead, it's ended up as a niche product that appeals to a very specific and much smaller group of buyers. If you think this one is shocking, wait until the next one. It will blow you away. 9. Hyundai Santa Cruz. Hyundai's Santa Cruz was introduced as the brand's bold move into the compact truck market, designed to offer a smaller, more fuel-efficient alternative for buyers who needed a truck without the bulk and gas-guzzling nature of traditional pickups. The idea was solid, creating a versatile, compact option that could cater to those who needed a bit of utility without the heaviness and cost of full-size trucks. But in 2026, the reality of its sales performance has been far from the success Hyundai had envisioned. The numbers tell the story. In 2025, only about 25,499 units of the Santa Cruz were sold. In contrast, Ford's Maverick, a direct competitor, moved a staggering 155,000 units in the same period. The disparity is shocking, especially considering that both trucks were marketed as affordable, compact alternatives to larger pickups. Yet, while the Maverick found its footing, the Santa Cruz has struggled to make its mark. Dealers are left with unsold inventory, and the pressure is mounting to figure out how to move these trucks off the lot. The Santa Cruz faces its main challenge because it occupies an unsuitable market location. The vehicle fails to meet the needs of full-size truck customers who require larger vehicles with additional power and utility. The truck becomes unaffordable for customers who seek economical vehicle options. Customers need to spend between $40,000 and $50,000 to purchase a Santa Cruz, which competes against full-size trucks that provide superior towing capacity and interior space. The Santa Cruz cannot identify its target market because it lacks distinct customer segments. Customers who want to buy a truck will select between full-size trucks and compact cars, or SUVs, which creates a product gap that makes Santa Cruz less appealing. Hyundai is exploring complete withdrawal of the Santa Cruz from its product lineup because sales performance remains below expectations. Dealers currently face uncertainty about the future of the model. The truck performs adequately, but its high price and undefined market position create difficulties for selling it. The Santa Cruz struggles to compete against existing trucks in the market, even with special offers and price reductions. The vehicle exists as a hybrid design, which needs Hyundai to develop broader market appeal for it to succeed beyond its initial testing phase. 8. Nissan Titan. The Nissan Titan was once envisioned as a serious contender in the full-size pickup market, meant to go head-to-head with the likes of Ford, Chevy, and Ram. But despite Nissan's efforts, the Titan never quite found its footing in a crowded, fiercely competitive field. Launched with high hopes, it ended up struggling to gain any significant traction. After years of poor sales, Nissan made the tough decision to discontinue the Titan in 2024, marking the end of a troubled chapter for the once promising truck. From the beginning, the Titan had a rough start. Sales figures were never anything to write home about, with the truck barely managing to sell 30,000 to 40,000 units annually. A far cry from the hundreds of thousands moved by competitors like Ford's F-150 and Chevy's Silverado. While the Titan was a solid truck with decent features and a powerful engine, it just couldn't match the appeal and loyalty that the Big Three had established with truck buyers over decades. The lack of strong sales meant that Nissan struggled to build a presence in the full-size truck segment, leaving dealers with unsold inventory year after year. The Titan reached its final production limit in 2024, but the completed product remained far from its maximum potential. The remaining Titans which dealers possessed required them to reduce prices and provide major discounts to sell their last inventory. The attempts to fix the problem failed to achieve success. Buyers in the essential full-size truck market refused to purchase from a brand that had announced its product discontinuation. The deal appeared valuable to the three customers who purchased it because they received the deal, which provided them with no additional benefits. The Titan had become a vehicle whose worth had already diminished significantly. The future of Titan development remains unpredictable because its development schedule depends on unpredictable factors. The Titan has suffered a decrease in resale value because production has ended, which now creates challenges for Titan owners who need to find parts and services throughout the upcoming years. The Titan truck received a bad reputation, which exists because the manufacturer stopped making trucks while the brand failed to establish a dedicated following among customers. The used vehicle market presents a dangerous investment because buyers will discover fewer maintenance options as the years progress.
Your money tonight and what's happening with new and used cars. Many new cars being sold before they even reach the lot, and used car prices soaring up to 45%.
The Titan will be remembered as a truck that failed to compete with established industry leaders after Nissan exited the full-size pickup market. 7. Rivian R1T. When Rivian launched the R1T, the excitement was palpable. It was heralded as the electric truck of the future, combining cutting-edge technology, rugged off-road capability, and eco-friendly power into a single sleek package. Rivian made big promises, and the buzz around the R1T was undeniable. However, as we enter 2026, the reality of the R1T's sales has been far less impressive, with the truck struggling to gain significant traction in the market. The primary barrier to success for the R1T is its eye-watering price. Starting at around $70,000, it's priced firmly in luxury truck territory, putting it well beyond the reach of most truck buyers. While it's packed with impressive features, an all-electric drivetrain, a luxurious interior, and remarkable off-road performance, the price point is a tough pill to swallow for anyone who isn't already in the market for a high-end vehicle. For comparison, many traditional full-size pickups offer similar capabilities at a fraction of the cost. This puts Rivian in a tough spot. While the truck appeals to those seeking the latest tech and sustainability, it's a luxury product that most buyers simply can't justify when alternatives are more affordable. The R1T faces obstacles because its price remains high and people fear electric trucks. Electric vehicles offer an attractive future, but electric truck ownership presents multiple major challenges. Drivers experience range anxiety as their primary concern. Truck buyers remain uncertain about their driving distance because the R1T offers good range, but drivers need to know their charging needs for towing and heavy-duty driving. Pickup truck owners need to maintain their vehicles throughout long trips and difficult work assignments because they fear becoming stranded when their batteries lose power. The current state of charging infrastructure does not meet the requirements needed to support electric vehicle adoption. Rivian currently operates a limited fast charger network, which makes it difficult for buyers to find charging stations in many areas. People who live in rural or less developed areas face extra challenges when they evaluate the R1T electric truck. 6. Chevrolet Silverado EV. Chevrolet has made a bold push into the electric vehicle market with the Silverado EV, positioning it as a key player in the electric truck revolution. The hype surrounding its launch was significant, with promises of impressive range, towing capacity, and cutting-edge technology. However, as the Silverado EV hits the market in 2026, it's facing a tough reality. Mainstream truck buyers aren't as eager to embrace electric trucks as expected. Despite its impressive specs and sleek design, the Silverado EV is struggling to gain the kind of widespread attention Chevy hoped for. A major hurdle for the Silverado EV is its price tag. While the truck comes with an impressive list of features, including a substantial range and powerful performance, these come at a steep cost. Many configurations of the Silverado EV are priced between $70,000 and $80,000, putting it squarely in luxury vehicle territory. For a truck buyer accustomed to the more affordable, traditional pickups in the market, that's a tough sell. The idea of paying a premium for an electric vehicle, especially when gas-powered trucks are still significantly cheaper, has left many potential buyers on the fence. While electric trucks certainly offer the promise of lower operating costs and environmental benefits, the high initial price is enough to discourage many who are already facing the rising costs of vehicle ownership. The Silverado EV received significant funding from Chevrolet, but dealers reported that conventional truck customers showed minimal interest in the vehicle. The rate of electric vehicle adoption has increased among consumers, but the progress has not reached the level of expectations held by some individuals. Truck buyers show resistance to adopting electric vehicles because they need full-size pickups, which use gasoline for their operation. Truck enthusiasts consider towing capacity and off-road capability and ruggedness to be essential requirements, but buyers of Silverado EV vehicles continue to doubt whether electric trucks can meet their essential needs. The dedication to truck ownership from truck enthusiasts becomes limited because of their concerns about range anxiety and charging infrastructure and their lack of knowledge about electric trucks. The Silverado EV sales figures demonstrate consumer doubts about the product. The truck should create sales through its potential and Chevy's strong reputation, but it currently fails to transform customer interest into purchased units. The Silverado EV provides an attractive option to early adopters, but dealers observe that general truck buyers still need to develop their acceptance of electric trucks. Buckle up, because the next one is on a whole different level. 5. GMC Hummer EV Pickup. The Hummer brand's return as an electric vehicle was supposed to be a groundbreaking moment for the auto industry. GMC's Hummer EV was marketed as the ultimate off-road, eco-friendly powerhouse, combining the legendary ruggedness of the Hummer with the future of electric technology. However, despite all the hype, the reality of the Hummer EV has been far from what was anticipated. Its exorbitant price and sheer impracticality have led to disappointing sales figures, leaving many to question whether the Hummer EV is more of a luxury statement piece than a practical vehicle for the masses. Let's start with the most glaring issue: the price. The Hummer EV starts at a jaw-dropping $80,000, and fully loaded models can easily exceed $100,000. This is not just an expensive truck. It's a luxury vehicle that caters to a very specific group of buyers. The cost of ownership, from the hefty initial price tag to potential maintenance and repair costs, makes the Hummer EV far out of reach for most truck buyers. While it offers impressive performance features like off-road capabilities and electric torque, it doesn't come close to justifying its price for the average consumer. For many, The Hummer EV is simply too much truck for too much money, especially when compared to more affordable electric trucks that offer similar features without the massive premium. The Hummer EV faces two major obstacles to its success, because its pricing structures and its physical dimensions both restrict the vehicle's potential to succeed in the market. The Hummer EV stands as one of the most massive trucks ever constructed because it exceeds a weight limit of 9,000 pounds. The vehicle's extreme weight creates problems because it causes tire damage while destroying roads and making the vehicle less usable. The vehicle, which operates as an off-road vehicle, becomes impossible to use in city driving spaces because its size decreases its ability to navigate through congested areas. Drivers of this oversized truck face multiple difficulties because its dimensions create difficulties for executing basic functions such as parking and turning and moving through narrow areas. Most drivers will use the vehicle for short trips to off-road locations, which limits their ability to drive on typical streets. The Hummer EV has maintained its niche market appeal through its expensive price, which causes most customers to view it as an elite status symbol. People buy this truck for showing off to others instead of using it for practical purposes. The Hummer EV attracts customers because it represents luxurious status and technological progress and rare availability, which causes most people to ignore its value. Most buyers do not require a truck that possesses such extensive capabilities and high operational costs. GMC failed to achieve its commercial objectives with the Hummer EV because the vehicle maintains its high price and its oversized dimensions and its specialized marketing approach. The vehicle will continue to generate interest among buyers who seek to obtain an exceptional electric truck with premium performance, but its chances of becoming a widely used vehicle remain slim. The Hummer EV exists as a luxurious fashion accessory that features attractive design elements but lacks practicality for most consumers. 4. Ford F-150 Lightning.
The F-150 Lightning is the first simple, down-to-earth EV truck for everyone.
Nice and smooth off the line though, and 100 kilometers an hour in 4.46 seconds.
When Ford revealed the F-150 Lightning, it felt like the future had finally arrived. This was not some strange experimental electric truck from a startup company. This was the electric version of America's best-selling truck. Buyers rushed to place reservations. Dealers had waiting lists stretching for months. Social media exploded with excitement as people claimed the Lightning would completely change the truck industry forever. For a brief moment, it looked like Ford had found the perfect formula to bring electric trucks into the mainstream. But by 2026, the excitement has cooled dramatically, and dealers are now dealing with a much different reality. The sales collapse has been shocking. At one point, Lightning sales dropped 71% in a single month and plunged around 76% year over year. That is not a small slowdown. That is a massive drop that caught both Ford and dealers off guard. Trucks that once sold before they even arrived at dealerships are now sitting on lots for weeks or even months. Some dealers have started offering major discounts and incentives just to move inventory. The same truck that once had buyers begging to get one is suddenly becoming difficult to sell, and it shows just how quickly the electric truck market can shift once the early excitement fades away. One of the biggest reasons for the slowdown is simple: the price. The F-150 Lightning is expensive. Even lower trims cost far more than many traditional gas-powered trucks, and once buyers start adding options, prices can quickly climb past $70,000. That creates a huge problem for average truck buyers who already feel squeezed by high interest rates and rising living costs. Many shoppers walk into dealerships excited about the Lightning, then immediately lose interest once they see the monthly payments. For a lot of families, the numbers simply do not make sense anymore. Then there is the issue of charging and range. Ford promised impressive driving range, but many owners discovered that towing heavy loads drains the battery much faster than expected. That becomes a serious concern for truck buyers who regularly haul trailers, boats, or equipment over long distances. Charging infrastructure is also still inconsistent in many areas. Buyers living in rural regions often worry about where they will charge during road trips or work travel. Even owners who love the truck admit that planning long drives takes far more effort than with a normal gasoline truck. The frustrating part is that the F-150 Lightning is actually a very capable vehicle. It is fast, smooth, comfortable, and packed with modern technology. But capability alone is not enough to guarantee success. Buyers want affordability, convenience, and confidence. And right now, many people feel the electric truck market still has too many compromises. Ford may eventually solve these issues, but in 2026, dealers are learning a painful lesson. Hype can create demand for a while, but long-term success depends on practicality. And that is where the Lightning is struggling most right now. 3. Ram 1500 High-End Luxury Models. The Ram 1500 has long been a favorite among truck buyers, known for its rugged capability, smooth ride, and stylish design. Over the years, it's built a strong reputation as one of the top contenders in the pickup truck market. However, in 2026, while the standard models continue to perform well, the high-end luxury trims of the Ram 1500 are struggling to capture the attention of buyers. Despite offering unparalleled comfort, advanced features, and a premium experience, these luxury versions are finding themselves sitting on dealer lots much longer than expected. One of the main factors behind the slow sales is the growing reliability concerns surrounding the high-end Ram 1500 models. Buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for a luxury pickup are looking for perfection, and they aren't finding it in these trucks. Electrical and transmission issues have become persistent problems, leaving many potential buyers wary of investing in a truck that might require costly repairs down the road. What was once a truck known for durability is now facing criticism for issues that most luxury vehicle buyers simply won't tolerate. These reliability concerns have caused many shoppers to hesitate, and dealers are feeling the effects of this uncertainty. The expensive cost of these luxury models makes their market price serve as additional fuel for their price determination. The Ram 1500 high-end trims start to become unaffordable for most truck buyers because their prices regularly reach $80,000 and above. The expensive price of these products makes them less attractive to most customers who want to purchase the premium features that include plush leather interiors and advanced technology and luxury finishing materials. The Ram 1500 luxury trims cannot establish their market worth because their high expenses together with rising costs of essential items have created an economic obstacle. For many buyers, the choice between a fully loaded Ram 1500 and other premium trucks, or even luxury SUVs, has become a matter of practicality and value. The high-trim models of these vehicles provide exceptional comfort and advanced features, yet they encounter serious competition from competing luxury trucks, which deliver comparable features at more affordable prices. High-end Rams are experiencing difficulty from their previous demand levels, which they used to achieve. The dealers face difficulties in selling these trucks because their slow sales show that the market for trucks priced at $80,000 and above has turned out to be smaller than they predicted. The Ram 1500 standard versions maintain their success in the market, while their luxury editions struggle to meet the high brand expectations that customers established for them. 2. Ford F-150 high-trim models. The Ford F-150 has dominated the truck market for decades. It is still America's best-selling truck, and for many buyers, the F-150 remains the gold standard in the pickup world. Ford built its reputation on toughness, reliability, and versatility, and the truck continues to sell in huge numbers every year. But even with all that success, something unexpected is happening in 2026. The higher-end luxury versions of the F-150 are beginning to slow down, and dealers across the country are starting to feel the pressure as expensive inventory sits longer than expected. The biggest problem is the price. Modern high-trim F-150 models have become incredibly expensive. A fully loaded Platinum, Limited, or King Ranch can now approach $90,000 once options are added. That number shocks many buyers because these trucks were once marketed as hard-working vehicles for everyday Americans. Now, some F-150s cost as much as luxury SUVs or even high-end sports cars. Buyers walk into dealerships expecting premium pricing, but many are stunned once they see just how high the numbers have climbed. The days of affordable luxury trucks are fading fast, And consumers are starting to push back. High interest rates are making the situation even worse. Even buyers with good credit are discovering that monthly payments on these trucks can easily exceed $1,200 or more. That is mortgage-level money for a pickup truck. Families who once upgraded to premium trims every few years are now thinking twice before signing paperwork. Some buyers are stepping down to lower trims just to keep payments manageable, while others are walking away from the dealership entirely. Dealers report that many shoppers still love the trucks themselves, but they simply cannot justify the financial burden anymore. What makes this situation surprising is that the F-150 itself is still an excellent truck. The luxury trims offer beautiful interiors, advanced technology, smooth driving comfort, and impressive towing capability. Ford has turned the F-150 into something that feels more like a luxury vehicle than a traditional work truck. But that transformation may also be creating part of the problem. Many buyers no longer see these trucks as practical purchases. Instead, they see oversized luxury vehicles carrying massive price tags during a time of economic uncertainty. Dealers are now noticing that high-trim F-150s spend much more time sitting on lots compared to lower trims. Base and mid-level models still move relatively well because they remain closer to what truck buyers traditionally expect. But once prices push into luxury territory, demand starts to shrink quickly. Even loyal Ford customers are becoming more cautious with their money in 2026. The F-150 is still king of the truck market, but even kings are not immune to changing economic conditions. Rising prices, expensive financing, and buyer hesitation are proving that no truck, no matter how popular, is safe from affordability problems anymore. Do not leave just yet, because our number one pick will make your jaw drop. 1. Toyota Tundra, 2022 to 2024 generation. For years, Toyota's Tundra was the embodiment of reliability in the full-size truck market. Known for its tough-as-nails build and the legendary durability of its V8 engine, it was the go-to choice for anyone seeking a dependable workhorse. But in 2022, Toyota launched a redesigned version of the Tundra, hoping to bring it into the modern era. Unfortunately, the new generation has had a rocky start, with serious reliability concerns that have pushed it to the top of this list of trucks nobody wants in 2026. The most glaring issue with the new Tundra is its engine. Toyota made the bold decision to ditch the tried-and-true V8 and replace it with a twin-turbo V6 engine. While the new engine offers improved fuel efficiency and more horsepower, it has also been plagued with a series of problems. Engine debris, which can cause significant damage to the engine components, led to a massive recall affecting around 127,000 Tundras.
There is a possibility that certain machining debris may not have been cleared from the engine when it was produced. In the involved vehicles, this can lead to potential engine knocking, engine rough running.
This kind of issue is a red flag for any truck buyer, especially when you're talking about a model that's supposed to represent reliability. Buyers who have long trusted Toyota's reputation for longevity are now second-guessing their decision to invest in a Tundra, and many are opting to look elsewhere. The sales impact has resulted in extreme financial damage because Toyota lost its previous reputation for creating indestructible trucks, which built its brand. The current inventory crisis has forced dealers to provide their trucks at discounted prices because they need to sell their stock. The Toyota truck shows major reliability problems, which make even loyal Toyota customers hesitate to buy it. The Tundra used to be the most durable vehicle on the market, but now truck buyers consider it a dangerous purchase because of this widespread belief. The Tundra faces another obstacle because of its expensive pricing structure. The new models require customers to pay between $60,000 and $70,000 for their updated design feature. The truck delivers superior performance and includes multiple features. However, buyers need to evaluate their future expenses before deciding to buy it. People who purchased the truck recently still remember its engine problems, which have created fears of expensive future maintenance requirements. The Tundra faces challenges to retain its previous market leadership position because of its high pricing, which comes with unpredictable product performance and a market environment which has become more risk-averse. Toyota's Tundra is still a great truck on paper, but its recent redesign has raised more questions than answers. As the brand works to address its engine problems and restore its reputation, the Tundra's future remains uncertain. Until Toyota can regain the trust of its buyers, the Tundra will continue to face uphill battles in a market that demands both power and dependability. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the trucks no one wants in 2026, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.